Keith and Christy with you. Today we're at the Frank Phillips Mansion, known also as the Queen of the Cherokee. Welcome to the B Monthly Show. Hey friends, Keith and Christy with you. Hey, welcome to October. We're here at the Frank Phillips Mansion, and let me say, we're so excited, to be here in the mansion, right in front of the fireplace here in the library room. And throughout the show, we're going to show you guys some footage of this place that we've been at the last couple of days. And thank you to Bob Fraser for allowing us to be here. We did a video on the Frank Phillips Mansion yesterday with Bob that we're going to talk about. Bob is one of our guests today, and we love Bob.
Yes, we do.
We love Bob. So, listen, we're so excited about this issue. I've always wanted to do an issue about Frank Phillips because what an amazing man he was. Because without Frank, Bartlesville wouldn't be what we are today. I don't think there would be maybe a 5-story building downtown without Frank Phillips.
We don't even want to think about it.
No, we don't. So, okay, here we go. Let's premiere the October issue. So, I looked at over 400 pictures to get this picture for the cover because there's been a lot of pictures of Frank Phillips over the years, and I wanted to use one that I had never seen before. And this is him at Woolaroc, and we colored the green trees a little bit, and this is his original signature that he signed, not the magazine. He didn't sign the magazine.
No, but it looks like he did.
Oh, it does.
It's like each and every one of you have your own personal
I know,
copy.
it's so cool. And we're so excited. 84 pages, jam-packed about Frank Phillips, the Phillips family, Jane Phillips. We just went all out on Frank Phillips here. And one of the things that I know we drive by this place every day. Everybody drives by the mansion every day, and we kind of seem to forget about it, but you have got to come and take a tour of this place because it's fascinating to me.
I would be curious to know how many people that are watching this video, and see if we were live, this would work, because you could tell us, but send in a comment and tell us how many of you have actually been and taking a tour, not just like
when
looked
you were in
at
the
the
5th
line
grade.
or whatever, but actually
grade.
been in recently and seen all the things that they've done, all the updates, not to mention, you can reserve it for a dinner.
Yes.
Now that we're through, getting back to normal again and things are open, you can get married here. You can have a concert on the lawn. There's so many different things, but let us know if you have been here recently and kind of what you thought, your most recent thoughts, because it is fabulous.
It is. It's wonderful. So you guys really need to call and make reservations here for whatever that event is. The wedding's out here under the big tree, the big...
Gorgeous.
Oh my gosh, it's so beautiful out there. So one of the things that I wanted to do, there's been so many stories written about Frank Phillips over the years. But what I wanted to know about was that last month that Frank was alive. And I called on Mike Wilt to get some information, and Woolaroc and Debbie Neese and all the people that we went to get some information. And I think it's a fascinating story because the opening shot is unbelievable. I mean, this is Frank Phillips being taken out right out here outside the front steps of the mansion here. And it's just a gorgeous picture. And, Frank died in 1950. Jane died in 1948. And then their son, John, who passed away
shortly after.
51 years old when John passed away, a year after Frank passed away. So, but we've got a great story here also, too, that Debbie wrote about the Phillips family, because these brothers, 4 brothers, did amazing things. And
I didn't know he was from such a big family.
I know. I mean,
yes.
Their kid, I think they ended up having...
He's the third of 10. I
10,
think, yes, the third of 10. So
we got Bob on the side over here for
He's our cheat notes,
cheat
just
notes.
in case.
I mean, here's a picture of the whole family up in Iowa. Frank was the only child born in Nebraska. All the other kids were born in Iowa. So fascinating. This is their mom here. Frank's mom. It's a great story. You guys are going to love this. You're going to love this magazine because I think we take advantage of Frank Phillips, not in the sense of taking advantage of him, but just what he has left here
taken for granted.
Oh my gosh.
We've had it in Bartlesville, and people don't stop and realize. I mean, once you come back in, and I don't know if it's just because we're older.
Yeah, we appreciate
it so much more. Every little detail and the things that meant a lot to not only Frank, but also to his wife and to his children, the things that have been, protected and brought back and restored in this home to make it, to its original glory, almost just 100%. So you have to take the tour.
You got to think, in 1900, Frank bought 10 acres south of town, this was all country back here. If you go towards the high school behind me south, it was all woods. And so his dream was to have homes up and down Cherokee, which there is today. I love Cherokee Avenue. It's one of the prettiest streets in Oklahoma, I think, with the homes here. So also, too, we have a great store that Sarah Gagan wrote on the mausoleum. When we did,
so happy to get to go in there.
She was.
That's
Bob,
another treat.
Let me tell you something. Bob Fraser's a rock star, and so every time we've called on the Bob to do something, he's let us.
Did you call him the Bob?
No, every time I called on Bob. Called on the Bob.
So like, okay, we could start something.
When we did our Woolaroc video a year and a half ago, Bob let us go into the mausoleum in there, and it's just unbelievable.
It's Indiana Jones.
It is.
That's what it is.
When you see Bob open up the gates, like, roar, and it's just incredible what he did out there.
And there was a snake.
There was. Yeah. There was a snake.
I mean, that's a bonus.
And also, too, one of the things, too, that's going on, obviously the city's opening back up. Bartlesville's opening back up, and we're so happy about that. I think the schools, we haven't had a school closure since the schools opened, but that one time. So I think things are really getting back to normal. And you really need to go out and get this magazine, because last month when we did the Cherokee, we mailed out to 27 different states across the nation for that magazine. We had requests from everywhere. And I think this is going to be the same thing too. Bob said he's going to send this out to the family, the Phillips family, so they can have a copy of this. And we're so excited about that.
I can't wait to get feedback.
I know. We want that feedback so bad. Look, one of the perks about our job is we get to do things like this. We get to be inside the Frank Phillips mansion. We brought Grace, our daughter, here today and yesterday when she was with us. And she gets to see all behind the scenes stuff that most people maybe don't get to see.
Just and so, keep it a secret.
Yeah, you got to keep it a secret, because we went into the basement of the basement. And that was just really cool to see that. Yeah, we can say that. It's okay. Bob's got, he can handle it.
We need that cane.
Draw him out. Draw him out. Hey, a lot of things that we get to do in town, places that we get to go. But we went and talked to Christy down at Moxie, and I asked her, I said, hey, we do our B-Monthly show every month. We do a lot of videos every month. I would love for you to outfit my wife. And so Christy and Christy got together, and
look who ended up with a shirt. I'm just going to say it. Somebody.
Okay, so I got a shirt down at Moxie's here
so you can go get your Bartlesville shirt, because who doesn't need a Bartlesville shirt?
They're so cool down there. They got every color.
Yes, and then Christy I walk in and she goes, "You're wearing this," and I said, "Okay." So
this is really awesome.
Yes, and I know. I feel like.
We could get on top of the mansion, and we could do like the Titanic thing where she's got her arms out.
Bob's not listening.
He's not listening to that. So
but you got to go down to Moxie.
Yeah.
Look she's got some great.
Because she's expanded too. I mean, she's doubled her size down there, so she's got so much stuff down there. So you guys get down there and visit Christy down there. So on today's show, of course, we got Mr. Bob Fraser from. He is the CEO of the Frank Phillips Foundation. He's been there about 15 years, and he said he'll be there another 10 years. No, just kidding. He's retiring next year, and I'm so sad about that. Oh, and Bob wrote the greatest little. Good word. I can't wait for you guys to see this one. It's so good. It's only like 260 words, but the way we put it together with the museum out there at Woolaroc, the dome. It's just, wait till you read that. It's just it
brings it all full circle.
It does.
The dome, full circle. But it's like, I don't know. Bob has been like connected to Woolaroc for a long time, and I keep looking at you and stuff. And not only that, I almost feel like Frank Phillips has kind of, morphed his way through Bob and all his ingenuity and things, and he's really made things run and be bigger and better than.
And wait till you hear the things they're doing out there at Woolaroc. I mean, they've got so much stuff going on out there. So we'll have him on, and then we also have Jason Wilson and his son Jackson will be playing for us today. And wait till you hear these guys. I mean, they can pick the guitar and play this keyboard like nothing else. It sounds like a Stevie Wonder. But anyway, I can't play anything. I do play an Elvis song. It's really kind of cool, actually. Love Me Tender. Probably didn't know that about me, but I can play it.
I didn't even know that.
So, hey, okay. So, hey, guys, really, you need to go out there and get your copies. They're all being put out today. We're printing close to almost 14,000 magazines now. From when we took over 3.5 years ago, they were printing 4,000. So, and we'll be out. We'll be out by the 10th of the month. So you really need to get your copies. So, hey, thanks for joining us here at the mansion. We're going to bring Bob in and see what's going on with Bob and Woolaroc and the mansion here. Okay, hey guys, we're back here. We're with Mr. Bob Fraser, who is CEO of the Frank Phillips Foundation. Bob,
Keith,
thank you, sir, for joining us.
Glad you're here.
Yes, ma'am.
My gosh. We love Bob. We said that this is the Bob Show, by the way, and
we said we're so glad he's here, but I mean we couldn't be in here if you weren't here.
No,
so
we could not.
Okay.
We could not be sitting in front of the fireplace.
Police would be here.
That's right.
Yes, they would. Hey, real quick, we didn't say this in our opening, but we want to brag real quick because we got our new T-shirts out, and they're going to be out.
Cool.
And the back says right there, Bartlesville, Oklahoma, keeping our history alive. And that's what we love to do, is keep our history alive.
This one's for you. I'll hold on to it for you.
Just like being here at the mansion. It's okay, so Bob, we did our video yesterday that we're going to be releasing this weekend on the mansion. And we learned so much about this place. And I know Frank Phillips is your hero.
Yeah, it's safe to say, yeah.
And you know probably more about Frank Phillips than anybody.
Well, I know a lot about Frank Phillips. I think, as I've told you before, he was an amazing individual, driven from an early age for success. And you know, what he did for Bartlesville is incredible. Yes. You know, he was certainly the patriarch of this town. He took that seriously, very, very seriously. And you know, taking care of people, taking care of the children in this community. As I think I've mentioned to you before, you know, he very quietly during the Depression years paid off the mortgage of every church in town.
Fascinating, right there.
So, yeah, he's, as I've said before, you know, streets are named after him, highways are named after him. You see Phillips' name all over the place. That's great, but what he's left behind is generation after generation after generation of prosperity, of people who worked for the company, of people that benefited from the company, second and third generations that are still here today.
Yes.
And it's because Frank Phillips came here and stayed. Yeah.
Because he could have left.
Could have easily left.
All those guys left. Most of your big
they established what they were doing, and you know, his brother Wade Phillips in Tulsa, you know, he left a giant footprint there. He was tremendous what he left for Tulsa, Oklahoma.
The Philbrook Museum.
Yeah. And Philmont Ranch in New Mexico, the Phil Tower in Tulsa. But then they picked up and moved to Los Angeles and lived there the rest of their lives. So that was pretty typical. You make your fortune here, then you move on. Well, that's not what Frank was all about.
No.
When he built this home, he was sending a message to Phillips, to investors, to the community of Bartlesville. We're here to stay, and we're going to build this community. And he spent the next 41 years doing that. Yeah,
oh my gosh, it's fascinating because, you know, we office out of the Price Tower, and so we get to see downtown out of our office every day, and it's just all those beautiful buildings. You just will not see a downtown like Bartlesville anywhere in America.
No.
You will not. I don't care where you go. If you do, take a picture and send it to me because I love to see it. Now, you guys shared so many pictures with us, and also to Debbie Neese at the History Museum when we put this article together. And, you know, I think you probably would have lived another 5 to 10 years if you didn't have that gallbladder issue. I mean, you never know. Obviously. But he wasn't in bad health.
No, his overall health was good, and you know, of course, gallbladder back then was a really, really serious, major surgery, and compared to today, where they're going in, they're sending you home that afternoon. And you know, but he was in Atlantic City and had another gallbladder attack, and they did an emergency surgery, and he just didn't live through it. You know, so that was in 1950.
Gosh.
But
and he was 77, right?
Yeah, just about to turn 77. He was
Okay.
76 at the time of his death.
And when we talk about the mausoleum, I mean, we talk about, I mean, he was there almost every day when that was being built.
Yeah. It rechanneled his energy. You know, he was heartbroken when Jane died, and you know, Michael Wallace puts it very, very well in his book in Oil Man, of, you know, this man with razor sharp nerves found out his soft side when he lost Jane. And he was lost for a period of time, and he started that project of building the mausoleum, and he had driven by it with her in the car and pointed out the other side of Elk Lake, and made the comment of, you know, Bessie, look over there, that's where we're going to end up.
That's what he called her? He called her Bessie.
And so, you know, once they started construction on that, they said he was out there almost every day, had his nose in the middle of it, and it was just like, you know, he had a reason to live again.
Yes. Did he start before she died or after she died? After. So
yeah.
He just wait. I mean, he just said, look over there, not like.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's where you're going to be buried.
Yeah.
She went to White Rose for a short period of time, then they brought her back over.
Because it took about 2 years to build that, didn't it?
About, a year and a half, probably close to 2.
Yeah. So pretty, isn't it?
Oh my gosh, when you took us out
just like
there.
the house, every detail, you know, attention to detail, all the gorgeous.
Story. You know, Sarah wrote a great story about
Yes,
that,
she did.
and it's just fascinating. All the tile work they did in there, it was all hand placed.
Yep.
And there are thousands of these tiles in there.
Yeah, and the size of them is like a quarter of an inch by
It looks like a chick.
quarter of an inch.
I really wanted Frank on here.
Had you seen that picture?
Yes, but
Yes.
it's perfect.
Classic.
It's absolutely perfect.
Because what I wanted was the businessman, but also the rustic man of Woolaroc, because he loved the cowboys and Indians. I mean, he loved that.
Oh yeah.
I mean, he was just all that. And we benefit today because of the Cow Thieves and Outlaws that Bob has kept going. We didn't have it this year, but we're going to have a shindig next year.
Absolutely.
We are.
You betcha.
And it's the biggest damn party in the state.
That's it. Best damn party in the state of
Best damn
Oklahoma.
party in the state. I love that. So, and also, too, we wrote about from dirt to silver dollars, because Frank gave so much, like you said, to, you know, the churches, pay off all the churches, but he did so much for the community, and he didn't want people to know.
Right.
And there's probably stories we don't even know today that he did. And I love this mansion. I just want you to, when you drive by here every day, what do you think? I mean, I just think of Frank and Jane sitting outside on the front porch waving at people.
Yeah, it's very interesting. I mean, it's a feeling of pride to go
Now
by.
talk about that, because you guys saved the mansion, basically. I mean,
well, it was. I mean, it was. You know, the Oklahoma Historical Society has had it. Their granddaughter had it after their death, and then she left it with the state of Oklahoma. And we knew that the state was having financial problems, so that was about 4 years ago. I reached out to Bob Blackburn with the Oklahoma Historical Society and asked if they would be receptive to the idea of the foundation taking it over, and they were. And Bob Kane, who was our chairman at the time, and our board embraced the idea, and so it's been about 2.5 years now, but it was as if it of course this is where it should be, in the hands of the Frank Phillips Foundation. I mean, no offense to the state of Oklahoma, but you know, for both homes, both properties to be under one umbrella made perfect sense to me.
yes, it does.
And so, you know, if we can keep that legacy alive, Frank and Jane's and the companies and everything that they've done, a little bit better by being here as well as at Woolaroc, to me, it's a perfect fit.
Well, it is a perfect fit.
And it's being used for what he built it for.
Absolutely, yes.
So I think, you know, you've got his blessing.
Yeah.
Well, and when you walk through here, and I'm going to say it again, guests have to come and take a tour. When you guys took a tour when you were in the 5th grade, if you lived here, that doesn't count. It doesn't count.
He wants to be your tour guide.
I'm going to sign up to be a tour guide here. I guarantee you I'm going to do one, because 95% of everything that you see in here is original to the home. This is how they left it when they passed away. And I love that. I mean, we're going to show footage of the home while we're talking. This library that we're in is just over 2,000 books in here.
What's your favorite room?
My favorite room is this room, the library. I just love it. It's just so comfortable.
I don't have one. No.
The house.
It's, yeah. And, you know, people ask me that at Woolaroc, what's your favorite part of Woolaroc? And it's like, stop that. Which one's your favorite child? I mean, right.
It's the one I'm talking to.
Yeah. There's just,
what I say.
There's no good answer.
Yes.
Because, you know, the home was added on twice. I mean, this is, you know, he built it in 1908, 1909, and then he added again when John moved in here. And then his girls,
yeah, the two foster girls.
Girls, which was fascinating. I didn't know he never adopted him.
No, the legal department at the company wisely recommended that they not do that because they said the heirs are going to come out of the woodwork if you do it.
Gotcha.
And so, you know, I always want to be able to make sure people understand the fact that they were never adopted, but that was in legal terms only.
Right. They were loved like they were loved.
He and Jane loved those two girls, and in terms of their estate and the will, they were treated as equals. And you know, we still have a terrific relationship with the family. You've talked to the granddaughter before, and you know, the grandchildren of Frank and Jane, and they're all in their 80s, and they're still closely associated with us. A lot of the things that you'll see on part of this video as you go upstairs in the children's room, Mary Horry, one of the granddaughters, left that and sent that to us to put on display. So that's new in the last year and a half.
And she loves our magazine, by the way.
Yes, she does. She has good taste.
She's so nice. Yes, she
was
so nice.
Real quick, I want to talk about Woolaroc because you have some exciting things going on out there. First of all, we got, you know, November, December coming up where people get to drive through the lights.
Yep.
Wonderful world, not world, but
Wonderland of Lights.
There you go. Thank you. But you've got two big projects going on out there. I want you to talk about real quick.
You bet. 15 years worth of planning, really, for at least one of them.
Wow.
We've always felt like I've always felt like we needed to have a welcome center at Woolaroc, a place to go, a place to find out what I need to see next. What's you know, we take it for granted that everybody's been there before. A lot of people show up that have never been there before.
How many people a year drive through there?
We have 100,000 guests a year. Last year we had people from every state. We had people there from 36 different countries.
Wow.
So it's a leading tourism site, obviously, but we're taking the old Heritage Center, which is directly across from the museum, and the old Frank's old horse barn, which is on the south end of that, where the climbing tower is. And we're converting that into our welcome center, and it's Ambler Architects has worked with us on the design of it. Gorman Construction's doing all the construction work on it. We are well underway.
Nice.
It is incredible, and it's going to be so exciting. We're bringing the Buffalo Haunt concession stand will come inside over the old theater, and it'll be the Prairie Dome Cafe. It'll be a sit-down restaurant, and so you don't have to stand outside in the rain to order your food anymore. But it's going to be wonderful. We're taking that old horse barn, we're returning it to the horse barn feel, leather-wrapped columns, Native American blankets up in the eaves. It's going to be beautiful, and you go out onto a poured patio on the south end of that horse barn, and you'll be looking out to the new playground. And the new playground is absolutely incredible. We've been working on it for 3 years, and we settled on a design by a company that's one of the best in the nation's, Game Time. And they do incredible work. And the only problem with it is it had a really big price tag. And we had just
hate it when that happens.
Yeah, we had just raised $1.6 million to do the Welcome Center.
Right.
And I thought, how in the world are we going to get this playground paid for? And you know, bless good fortune's heart, I don't think she would mind me saying her name. Kay Salee, retired executive from Phillips, and her brother David out of Kansas City, they've underwritten 100% of the playground.
Wow.
And
nice. Thank you, Kay and David. My gosh.
Absolutely. And so we've started clearing that ground. The playground itself is to be delivered the middle to latter part of October. Then they'll get everything set and built. So we expect it to be ready by mid-November.
Nice.
And it is going to be a showplace of playgrounds.
We need to go out there.
Yeah. We'll do a video out there.
Absolutely.
We'll do a video out there for sure.
play on the playground.
Well, look, for the last couple of days,
With the Bob.
Yes, with the Bob. Yes, the Bob.
Yeah.
We're going to get shirts made up with that.
Hashtag.
B is for Bob.
Yes, for Bob. There you go. It's Bob Monthly. So,
Stop.
hey, for the last couple of days, Bob has let us come in here to the mansion, and we've just been all over the place here filming and videoing for the 2 videos that we're going to have out. And we can't thank you enough, because for the last 3.5 years, you just welcomed us with the magazine, and you've been on board with everything we've done, and we appreciate you more than you'll ever know.
Well, thanks. It's easy to be helpful for you guys, because it sounds like a trade-off of nice words, but what you all have done for this magazine and how you have grown it and built it and embraced this community and the history that we've got in this community is unbelievable. And so, you know, I'm proud to call you guys friends, and it's easy to say, yes, I'll take you down to the basement of the basement. Because of all that you guys have done.
Wow.
So it's a trade-off.
Thank you so much. I know. I told him we do some kind of crazy things, and he lets us do it. But this is what the people want to know. They want to see.
You just got to hope the next guy lets you do it.
Would you put a word in for us?
Please. I know. It's all over.
Okay, well, we could spend literally all day talking to Bob, because he's such a good friend and we love him to death. But we've got to get moving, and we've got Jason Wilson and his son Jackson, who's going to be playing for you guys. So let's go introduce them to you and hear what they got to play. Okay, guys, we're here right now with Jason Wilson. Hey, brother.
How you doing?
Good. How are you, sir? Good. And your son Jackson here. Jackson, how you doing?
Great.
Good to see you guys. We heard you. I follow you on Instagram, so I hear you all the time when you're picking on your Instagram. But we heard you down there. Our little our benefit we had for Logan Cochran benefit, and your keyboard blew me away, by the way. And we said, let's get those guys on our show. So we invited them to our show, and they're going to do a little picking. What are you guys going to play for us?
I'm going to do a song called Never Been to Spain.
Love this song. So, okay, you guys take it away, and thanks for being here.
Thank you. Well, I've never been to Spain, but I kinda like the music. I heard the ladies are insane, and they sure know how to use it. They use it, never gonna lose it. I've never been to England, but I kinda like the beat. I did it for Las Vegas, only made it out to me. Oh, can you feel it? Must be real. Feels so good. Well, I've never been to heaven, but I've been to Oklahoma. Before they tell me I
Great job,
Thank
man.
you.
Great job. That's awesome. Hey, thanks for being here. Now, are you playing anywhere?
We're playing, man. We're playing all over the place.
So what's your? How do they follow you guys?
They can follow us on Jason Wilson Music on Facebook or Instagram. Both.
Okay. You guys go there, follow these guys. They're out playing everywhere. Great job, guys. We appreciate you guys being there. Okay, guys, the magazines were being put out today, out everywhere. So go get your copy. We really appreciate you joining us today. Come and visit the mansion here at Frank Phillips Mansion. It's just a beautiful home, and it's open to all of us, and we just love it so much. Thank you for joining us. God bless, and we'll see you down the road.